Camelot 331 here, and today we're talking about the good old delicious Kroger. Look, I don't know if you've been in Kroger in a while, but Kroger's apparently on fire, so every time you go in there's not a lot of exits, and it's terrifying. You're going to become the hot wings, baby. Do you want to be the hot wings? I don't think so. That sounds terrifying, but there's a lot of other things going on. Cut hours, morale be low with workers. It's terrifying. Illegal acts being perpetuated onto the employees. A lot of things going on that are insane. And one that really chaps my ass to no end. And I'm going to let you see my chapped ass. And you're going to be like, damn, look at the blisters. Is that what you want? No! Before we get into this, okay, if you work at Kroger, share this. If you don't, share this. I'm shadow banned. It can prevent some nasty things in the future. Subscribe if you have not. Comment down below and give your boy a kiss. Because I love them kisses. Especially when it's from dudes. So let's jump right into this. A lot of stuff to cover, boys, so make sure you got your seatbelts on and your X-Lax. So it says right here, if you get more orders, boys, you'll get more hours. And this is actually something that really annoys me. It says, I'm so absolutely tired of hearing this. Barely 250 hours for 9 people. 5 of them are full-time, and 3 of them will only do morning shift. So tired of drowning and stressing myself out to the point of tears for a company that only cares about feeding their own pockets. If I've learned anything, is that anytime you hear do more and you'll get more hours, that's a blatant lie. So when I was at GameStop, and I'll give you the most egregious example, but when I was at GameStop, it was always the stores that performed the best, would get rewarded with hours. No, that was not true. My store was number 1 in my district for almost 2 years straight when I was at GameStop. I got minimum hours for 95% of the year, which at that time was 83 hours. Now it's like 60. I don't even know how they do that. Probably because the store managers are now considered hourly, and it goes into the federal minimum of, I think it's 83 hours or 60 hours is the federal minimum. But back then, store manager hours didn't count because they were salary. Now they do. That's probably how they get away with it now. But that never happened. The most egregious example was we won a Call of Duty contest with Call of Duty like Black Ops 2 reserves, and we got 10 hours for the contest. Like, we were like, here's your 10 hours. And GameStop emailed my ass and told me that they were taking those hours from me. So, and by the way, Activision paid for those hours to GameStop. So GameStop literally just pocketed it and took it from the actual stores that won the contest. Pretty hilarious. They literally pocketed the money. I'm not even joking. But that's nothing, bros. That's nothing. Got punched in the face by a customer today. It says I work self-checkout, and while that usually does bring some rude customers since I see so many throughout the day, I've never had one go so crazy over the ever seen camera that comes up sometimes. That's the camera that's above the self-checkout. It says, funnily enough, he wasn't even stealing. He just got upset when I absent-mindedly looked through his bags for a split second and then okayed the camera. Though this seemed like the place to post this, which is what I would do, is call the cops, right? Had this happen last year. Dude was stealing, and I told management about him, and we met him at the front with security. I caught him a few times the day before. He ended up punching me right across the face. Management didn't call the cops. I had to call them myself. They found him and arrested him for aggravated robbery, and they ended up banning him from the store, but management refused to call the cops. They don't care about you. They want basically the most minimal attention on themselves as possible. They'll let you die, bro. They don't care. They've never cared, and they never will care, okay? But that makes us ask ourselves, boys, are hour cuts just a regular thing at Kroger? Went from working 4 to 5 days all month to now only working 3 days this week and 2 days next week. This has happened since I got hired. Anyone else going through this? I'm lucky I live with my parents. Otherwise, I would be starving. It says Kroger does not mind keeping its employees at or below poverty level. Wasn't Walmart sued for that? I'm shocked. It's a regular thing for Kroger, man. It's just what's going on right now. And you're going to see it in a lot of industries. But these corporate companies have noticed that they can just get operating adjusted profit by just cutting hours. That's what they're all doing. Every one of them across the board, just cutting hours. Because they're going to take it from you, and then they're going to line their pockets, boys. And I'm not foreshadowing it all. Is anyone else having their department hours cut to abysmal levels? This keeps going, by the way. These are different people. It says, I work at Fred Meyer, and the week before the 4th, now they decided to give us only 110 hours to bakery, deli, produce, and who knows what else. We're severely understaffed as is, and now they expect even more. That's how it works. Everything's falling apart, writing people up for overtime. My God. Then after every visit, losing their mind at the state of things, begging us to do overtime and fix it. Man, I tell you what, if that's not the truth right there, there has been so many times where the company would give you unreasonable tasks that would take you so long to finish that you can't see it being possible. And you'll be like, well, I got to do overtime, obviously, because it's going to take me 8 hours over the course of Friday and Saturday and Sunday to do this. And immediately your district manager, your store manager is like,
absolutely not. You'll be fired if you work overtime.
It's like, what the hell do you want me to do then? Do you want me to swallow a shotgun? Because that's kind of what it sounds like. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of what it sounds like you want me to do is eat a delicious bowl of whole milk and 12 gauge freaking shells, boys. But that's nothing. Store company expects us to bust our ass, but can't even turn the AC on overnight. Before I read this, guys, this is one thing that makes me so furious that I want to throw a baby into a brick wall. And is it because the baby? No, I don't even know the baby. Random baby. Not my baby, not your baby, a random one. We don't feel anything for the baby. The only thing the baby feels is the brick wall. God damn it. Whew. Sorry, guys. I do. All right. Edit all that bullshit out.
No, I don't think I will.
Anyone else working overnight? Do they have this issue? It's like when we get here at 10:30, the AC turns off and doesn't turn on until 5 a.m., leaving our crew dying in the heat of the store during the summertime. I understand turning off some lights when the store is closed, but it's a whole new issue when you turn off the air conditioning because you want to save a few bucks. And every comment on here is like, yeah, dude, this is happening at our store. Contact Union and OSHA. OSHA does not have requirements for that, by the way. Not federally anyway, I don't think. They only have a recommendation for temperature, not a requirement, boys. Hence why Lowe's Home Improvement turns off their heat 90% of the time. And elderly employees actually will pass out, and some young employees will as well. But that's nothing. Is there illegal acts happening at Kroger other than the AC being turned off? Well, what about this? I was told to dumpster dive. I work in produce and we have a large industrial composter. One of the leads left it unlocked and a party venue nearly dumped 5 to 4 trash bags full of garbage into it. There was plastic plates, glass bottles, broken glasswares left over that are not technically compostable. And to make matters worse, the leads had just got dumping 2 trash cans worth of compostables on top of all of it. When I had just clocked in, the lead says that there was a trash bag that needs to be taken out. When I checked with another associate, there was way more trash, and that it was unreasonable for me to get it all out. I tell this to an ASM and suggest that we call waste management and have them pick it up instead of composting. She told me, oh my God, I have to go in the trash can and remove it all by hand because it won't be picked up otherwise. You are not trained for that. You don't have the correct PPE for that. You are not covered for any reason for that. And I'm sure it's against any OSHA requirements, which is highly illegal, but it's fine. So I waited in the disgusting rotten produce to dig out disgusting party leftovers with nothing but cheap meat handling gloves and my own face mask that I bring just in case it gets nasty. It was definitely not safe as there was broken glass in the bin. I dug through that mess for a good 15 to 20 minutes before the GM comes in and says, I'll call it in as compromised. What? I said that in the first place, but now my shoes and socks are soaked in fluids I don't even want to think about. Luckily, my husband got off work 2 hours later, so he came by with my backup shoes and socks, but I still had to work for hours squishing around in the nastiest socks I've ever worn. God. Unbelievable. If you're ever being asked, boys, to do something that you feel might be safe, you need to stand your ground, boys. Stand your ground, because I can guarantee you that is not in your job description. It's like when you work at Walmart and they tell you to go take out trash and shit. That's maintenance's job, not yours, unless you're maintenance, obviously. But cut hours, illegal activities, no AC, dumpster diving. What happens as a result to Kroger executives? The Kroger board of directors raises their quarterly dividends by 12%. The dividend increases reflects the board of directors' confidence in our strategy with leading with fresh, accelerating with digital, said Rodney McMullen, the Kroger's chairman and CEO. Our business continues to generate strong and consistent free cash flow and has proven to be resilient in a variety of operating environments. The strength of our balance sheet provides significant financial flexibility to continue to invest in our business to drive. Invest in business, but not employees. Are you shocked? But what can you do except die, apparently? Kroger's on fire, man, and they may have some good-ass chips from the deli, man. Those tortilla chips are out of this world. But I suggest you to stay away from the tortilla chips. You do not go there. You do not attribute to the madness and the dividends. You make your own tortilla chips. Find you a nice maid and clean your house and make a tortilla chip. Until next time, get the hell on it, doggone it. I'm Shadow Band. Please follow me in locals down below for exclusive streams. Follow me everywhere you can. Give you boys some love because apparently my channel's dead. So let's make it alive against the haters.